What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Grind channel, where I am bringing you another gem that I think will absolutely explode in the coming months. Before we get going, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when another video goes live, and of course, comment down below what you think about this coin or any other coin that you'd like me to review, and tell me what you think if you think that this coin is going to be going places. What coin is that? Well, that is Coreum. I have mentioned it a few times in some of my other videos. If you are subscribed to the Crypto Gem Hunters channel, you would have seen me speaking about it there as well. But I'm bringing you a full coin review on the channel here to give you the up-to-date information and why I think this coin is absolutely going to explode in the coming weeks. What is Coreum? Well, Coreum is another layer one with similar tokenomics to a coin that everybody knows called Solana, but with the difference that it is ISO 222 compliant. So it sort of appeals to the financial industry because they're able to make use of this coin along with other popular coins within the industry. So it is quite competitive, but they do have some other advantages that we're going to touch on now, and I'll show you what sort of sets them apart from some of the others. And while we go through it, I'll explain why I think this coin is going to be going places. So first of all, what we can see here is what I have explained, that it's a layer one, it's fast, it's secure, it's interoperable, and more importantly, it is scalable. So if we go and have a look here, they say Coreum is the first EGB, a new generation of blockchains that are geared towards enterprises needing to be compliant with ISO 222. Obviously, you're able to launch DeFi applications and protocols on the network. Just touching on what EGB is, basically EGB stands for Enterprise Grade Blockchains. It's a type of standard that are being introduced by Coreum for blockchain networks that are specifically designed to provide essential tools and infrastructure for enterprises. So obviously an enterprise focused coin, that's not necessarily a bad thing because that means businesses will need the coin. So if you're snapping it up now, in the future, businesses will need that coin. It's going to push the price of that coin up, and obviously then that gives you the opportunity to sell for a big profit. So infrastructure for enterprises of any size to build and run decentralized applications. So a couple of key attributes. Obviously being ISO 222 compliant, so it complies with all the messaging requirements that Swift have assisted the ISO organization in putting in place and why it makes it ISO 222 compliant. It has a provision for 1,500 transactions per second as a minimum. You'll see as we go through the website, they actually support up to 7,000 transactions per second, which is absolutely amazing. Real-time settlements with transaction details while not exposing confidentiality, which is something that we all want to see. They do focus on privacy. They have on-chain interoperable capability and cross-chain bridges to other blockchains. So another thing that sets them apart is that they are interoperable. You will be able to use the Coreum network with any other blockchain. They also provide provision for KYC features, some cryptography over here. The list does go on. We're not going to go through everything. I will give you the website so you can go through it if you want a bit more detail, but things like smart contracts are supported, and something else that's very interesting in what they are introducing is a smart token, which we will touch on now and speak about a little bit as well. So just going through a couple of the use cases for this EGB from Coreum. Obviously within the commercial banking, it's what we've spoken about, trade and supply chain finance. Now, I have spoken about some supply chain projects that I am bullish on, specifically Morpheus Network. This could actually slot in very nicely with the Morpheus Network, with the VeChain, where they would want to make use of the blockchain to further secure the way that they handle businesses. So this is a real nice sort of plug-in and just a step up and a bump up for those coins that do want another sort of layer of security and operability within their networks. Obviously helping with payments, capital markets, risk management, which is one that there aren't many coins out there that focus on this. So it can help with audits, with underwriting, counterparty risk management, and so on, because of the way that the EGB is set up. And obviously regulatory compliance. It's going to help with KYC. For those of you who are not too sure, KYC means know your customer. It's what a lot of banks go through to make sure they are dealing with the correct person to try and prevent fraud. That's where the AML, anti-money laundering, would also come in as well. So there are lots of use cases behind it, which is something that you always want to see. Going back to their website, here are these smart tokens that I spoke about. Now, smart tokens are basically smart contracts that have a token behind it. So essentially, it's a smart contract wrapped in a token. Where there can be some issues with smart contracts, you have a risk of being hacked and so on, there's less likelihood of that happening with a smart token. Smart tokens tend to be a bit more programmable and so on. So that's what they're focusing on their network. And because they're focusing on the ISO 222, there is obviously the use case of CBDCs and stable coins that can come around on the Coreum network. And these smart tokens would be a great help when it comes to that. So there's just another little sort of tick when it comes to utility from Coreum. These are some of the projects that are available on Coreum. I must be honest, I don't know too much about any of these, but it is a growing network. It is sort of in its infancy at the moment. The test net is live. Mainnet is going live on the 24th of March. So that's 20 days from the date of recording. So there is still a lot to come. And they do have a grants program. So they're actually incentivizing developers to build on the network. They're not just putting it down and saying, come build. They're actually incentivizing. They're paying developers to say, if your app is good enough, come build it on our network and let's grow together. So that's just some way as well that I think that this project is very positive. So here we go with the 7,000 transactions per second, 32 validators that are rolling. I think they're going to support up to about 100 validators, but 32 at one time. So it just increases that security and that randomizing that you can't sort of have collusion or anything like that on the network. Scalable, and of course they are using the Tendermint consensus engine and the Cosmos SDK, bridging them to the Cosmos network. I mean, what more can we say? One of the biggest networks in the crypto world, and they are bridging themselves to that. So big props to them. And of course, they are not proof of work, they're proof of stake, which again, something that I do prefer, but that's a personal preference. They are going to be supporting smart contracts with the WASM build. Again, that comes from your Cosmos and bridging to the Cosmos chain. Multi-chain future, so they are going to deploy bridges to other chains where other chains will be able to sit and work and make use of the Coreum layer 1. So I think all in all, that really gives some serious positivity to the Coreum network. Currently, have a looking at these tokenomics, currently sitting at 61 cents. It has been as high as 62 in the last day. I think within the last month, we went up to about 70 cents, if I'm not mistaken. So it is quite, sorry, the chart's not loading at the moment, but it is quite close to its peak. I do definitely think that it's going to go more. When you see maximum supply sitting at 500 billion, 500 million, there is 20% of supply out at the moment. There is a reason for that. Currently, the only real way to get Coreum is through airdrops. If you would like to know more on how to get those airdrops, go check out the Crypto Gem Hunters video that I did do. I do go into a bit more detail about how to actually get those airdrops. I will put a link at the end of this video so you can go and check that out. But basically, if you do go to their website or if you go to their socials over here, there's an article that shows you how to do the airdrops. Personally, what I would do is get yourself a Zoom wallet if you don't already. Get yourself some XRP, swap that on the Solargenic DEX as well for a bit of Solo so you can then get your airdrop from 2 different places. Make sure the trust lines are set up properly. If you are having any issues, DM me on Twitter and I will go through a video or drop a comment down below and I'll do a video specifically on how to get your airdrop. Having a look at markets where you can actually pick this coin up, you can see there's not too much at the moment, but MEXC probably and Gate.io being some of the more popular markets that you would be able to pick it up. There will be some layer 1 listings coming shortly, especially after the launch of the mainnet, which is coming on the 24th of March. Once that happens, you're very likely to see listings on places like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, KuCoin, and so on. So those tier 1 listings will be coming, and I think then you're absolutely going to see this moon. And another reason why I think that this is actually going to be a huge project is that it has very similar ideas to Solana. Problem with Solana is it's very centralized and that network is forever pausing. That's not going to happen on Coreum. Coreum, the way that they set up, they're a lot more scalable. They don't have venture capitalists in sort of all over this project as well, which means that it's a lot more decentralized. They are going to be in charge of it. The team behind it, Bob Ross and his team behind this, are amazing. They really understand what they're doing when it comes to Coreum. So I do think that we are going to see this absolutely moon. The tokenomics can mean that it'll do exactly what Coreum did in the last bull run, and that can hit $250 per coin plus. Now sitting at 60 cents at the moment. When I tell you that I think this coin is absolutely going to blast off, I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to be one of those YouTubers who tell you that it's going to 1000x and so on, but I do think that it has the potential to hit $250. So seriously watch this one. Keep up to date with the news. If you're not too sure on getting into it just yet, I have been receiving airdrops on this for the whole of the past year, so I do have my bag of Coreum. So I am going to just sort of put that out there, be transparent with you that I do hold Coreum, but I do think that this coin is definitely going to go places. Lastly, just having a look at their social media as well. The one thing that I would say is that they're not very good when it comes to marketing. They don't post as often as people would like. I do think the marketing phase will pick up for the coin, but that's why you see that they do have a fairly low following of 42,000. But this coin will definitely be something, and I think when people start clicking on, it's absolutely going to go. The latest airdrops here that they're going to be dropping per year in this for the whole of 2023. This article here actually says that they're expecting the coin to sort of hit $10 within the next 2 years. I think it's going to be sooner. I think probably by the end of next year, you're going to see that price point. And if we see the bull run from the middle of next year, the coin is just going to track up. So all in all, I am really, really excited about this coin. You can see here they're saying 20 days until mainnet launch. And once that happens, I do think we're going to see a massive spike of the price of the coin and then probably coming back down. So I wouldn't suggest buying anywhere around the 24th of March. If you want to get into it now. And then 24th of March, if you want to make some quick profits, you can sell off. Otherwise, just hold on to the coin because I think you're going to see some good profits coming up after that as well. So it will be worth your while to hold on to it. That's everything that I'm going to be talking about on Coreum. As you can see, I'm very bullish about this coin. If you like Coreum, if you want to know more, drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you haven't liked this video and subscribed to the channel, if you want to see more gems, there's a lot more coming from this channel. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.